Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre. Today I want to talk with you about the need for forgiveness of self and making amends to self. It's a topic that I've watched an awful lot of people complicate, and I've watched an awful lot of people in recovery try to take shortcuts around. And we do that most notably with other people. We tend to think about forgiveness as something kind that we do for the people who hurt us. And we do that. We take those shortcuts to forgiveness to avoid conflict. We do it to preserve relationships. We do it because, frankly, we don't want to deal with past pain or anger. And so we tell ourselves to get over it, which usually means pretend like it never happened, stop thinking about it, and really denying ourselves the right to experience and express the feelings that we have. So I say forgiveness is an emotional process, and it's not a one-time event. It's something that requires resolution of conflict. It's something that really, there's a lot that goes into it. And letting go is never a one-time event. It's usually an ongoing process. I also say that forgiveness can be selfish. It can be something that we do only for ourselves. There's plenty of people that I've forgiven in the past, and I didn't feel a need to tell them because they're not people that belong in my life. But I wanted to ensure that I didn't continue to carry the pain or the anger that they caused me. Now, when it comes to forgiving ourselves or making amends to ourselves, I think we tend to approach that as though it's something that's very strange or not something we're familiar with, which is true. But it's one more reason why I like the Keep It Simple system. The way I see it is that if we know how to do something for others, then we know how to do it for ourselves. It's the same process. It just involves doing a lot of things that aren't familiar. So forgiveness of self is acknowledging our past behavior, our past choices. And ideally, I think journaling is the best possible way to do it. For folks in 12-step programs, of course, it's part of step work, but I think it's really about a conversation with self in which we take responsibility and we acknowledge that a lot of what we've done in the past was hurtful and really was harmful to our lives. It may seem strange to apologize to ourselves, but I think it's vital. I think an apology is twofold. In the first case, it's a statement of regret, but more importantly, it's a statement intrinsically we're making a promise that we're not going to repeat this behavior. And that underscores an important point. In recovery, a lot of us maintain resentment against ourselves. We hold on to the past. And people usually tell me that they're afraid of forgetting, and what they really mean is they're afraid of repeating that behavior. And in almost every case, there are things that we don't want to do as long as we're clean and sober. And the truth is, we won't do them. But we're people who struggle to trust ourselves. And we're fear-based. And we're shame-based. And so the idea of letting something go is foreign to us. The idea of relating to ourselves in a healthier fashion is foreign to us. But I think that this process means that we get to lighten up. We get to have greater freedom. And I think that obviously is very important. But it's uncomfortable, and it's a big change. So whether it's part of your step work or any other form of recovery, whether it's something that relates to your substance use or past trauma, maybe it's just some mistakes that you made along the way. Write them out. Write them out and then try to consider how you would view those things if it was about somebody else's life. How understanding you'd be, how you'd encourage them not to beat themselves up. And I think you might start to see it the way I do, which is that we can have far greater self-control through self-acceptance than we could ever have by being overly critical or judgmental, constantly evaluating ourselves, constantly trying to measure up to some ideal or expectation that's not even possible. I think there's a lot of room for kindness. And I know that forgiveness is spiritual. I know that having a better relationship with myself means that I can have a better connection to a higher power. And those two relationships are the foundation on which every other relationship is built. So maybe take some time today and reflect. Are there grudges that you're still holding against you? Are there things that you need to be able to forgive? And what are you willing to do to make that happen? Maybe lean on some of the good people in your life, or check in with me. Check out coaching, check out counseling, check out something that's going to help you move a little bit closer in this direction. And by all means, write to me, jim@sobernow.com. Would love to hear your questions or your suggestions for topics. Please give me a like on the video, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and share with friends and family. But above all, take care of you. Have a great day.